Headline, Starlight.
DJ
I would tell no stories about when I was there from 93 to 97.
Look, but that wasn't during COVID though.
True. But
let me tell you something. COVID ain't gonna change nothing about Grambling State University.
That's what I'm saying. So I will not say anything.
Listen, man, look, somebody said one day was like, man, they throwing parties. In my head, I'm thinking, bro, we was in school, we didn't throw a party, no COVID.
I mean, let's be clear, dog. If it was back then when we was in school, COVID was going on, we're gonna be like, man, fuck that. we
college
just won't go home.
We don't know no better.
Yeah, we just won't go home. That's all.
At all. So, Keenan, I was telling Florida started throwing parties with me too. Right after Jerry and Roy left.
Okay.
And I was telling him, I said, man, I met Keenan. Had to be my sophomore or freshman year. I think it was my freshman year. I said, man, it went down. That was like the first homecoming I got to see Grambling at. The first and last homecoming I got to see Grambling at like at least 75% potential.
Yeah, we when we came back, man, and got that opening to come back, we said that bitch off. And we was already popping, and we was popping in all other cities too already.
Hey, I learned a whole lot that night, boy. I was just starting out being a bouncer as a freshman. Man, I think it was what, Cajun Family and Roy G?
Yep.
Platinum. Hold on.
Hey, is old boy? Oh,
Yep.
I was gonna ask Perk, old dude that was talking all that shit. Is he getting on here or not?
Now that is a good question.
Cause I was like, now I can see your face, man. We ain't behind no keyboard, you heard?
Look, everybody been popping on. Cause they, the last time UAPBB Grambling was 6 years ago. So it's 21. The last time they beat them was 15. Was the year they won SWAC. The last time Jackson State beat Grambling was 5 years ago when we didn't even show up.
Right.
And then who else we lost to?
You mean 8 years ago when we didn't show up? Let's get the dates right.
What was it?
Was it 8? I thought it was 6 too.
13, players. 13.
13. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, time is flying, bro. Y'all getting old, bro.
Akeem, come on now. You older than us. Don't act like you.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Don't act like you getting younger than us.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
So, wait a minute. So if it was 13, so it was 8. That means they ain't beat us in 8 years because Forbes hasn't lost to Jackson since Prime got there.
Forbes ain't lost to Jackson. Jackson ain't beat Grambling since 10 or 11, officially.
Damn, that's more than 5.
That's when Broadway was coaching, and we had the Hayes Broadway that year.
We made
that he thought the championship was more important than the classic.
No, yeah. He thought the SWAC champ. He thought the Bayou Classic was just another game.
Yeah. Nah, player.
No, he wasn't gonna be that long. That's when they made that trade to get his ass to North Carolina A&T.
No, he came back and beat Jackson. So he had to make up for it. So the next year he came back and beat Jackson in the SWAC championship.
Yeah, but we still made a trade. We sent.
We made a trade after that. We told him you don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah, we sent Broadway to A&T and Bibbs came back to Grambling. So yeah, that was a trade here. But damn, that means Jackson State didn't beat. Boy, that's some time right there.
Yeah. Say, oh boy, gonna get on Perk, man, or he's just gonna be. That's just gonna be him.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was. I text him. I text both of y'all. Brantley might be at practice though. Okay. But I text him. He said he would. He said, yeah, okay, give me about 10 minutes. So he should be jumping on at any time.
Since I'm a little guy and everything.
You said what?
Since I'm a little guy and everything, he said.
Oh yeah, man. I honestly, I just want to hear what he got to say. I mean, my thing is, I ain't trying to throw the man on against everything. I just feel like every time, it seems like everybody act like we can't have no bad year, and it's like we gonna have a bad year, and we don't never be mediocre. It's either we down or we up.
But see, the thing with these cats, bro, they done got spoiled and they don't know the whole scheme of things. Hell, I was gonna put out there. I said I ain't gonna put that shit out there, nigga. We didn't win a Bayou Classic from '93 to 2000. Literally, that's the year the Southern caught up. We were beating Southern so bad in the Bayou Classic. Them the years that they caught up. And now it's back and forth.
Yeah, I honestly feel like, because I know when I was in school, it used to be a thing like if you was having a bad year, you would probably win the class. That was gonna be your mojo. and then you could be winning everything else, but you're gonna lose the classic. But then if you had one of them years that's iffy, then like the last 2 years, the weight been on the classic.
Yeah, the weight has been on the classic.
Shoot, we're gonna welcome everybody back to the Cal Podcast, man. We got a special podcast today. Quita couldn't make it. She has something going on, but I don't think this conversation is built for her to be on at this time. So Quita, we'll get you back on the next one. But Keenan, I gotta tell you, Quita technically is a UAPB whatever, but she went during the summer for Upper Bound. So yeah, whatever.
So y'all did her like that, and she couldn't come back, huh?
We've been clowning her ass ever since we did. We found that information.
Hey, cause them up with them was it Upper Bound or High Ability?
Both of them really.
Both of them.
Oh yeah, y'all did her dirty them summertime. She like, nah. My folks tell her, nah, she can't come down there in the fall.
No, that's what they said.
That's what they said. Real talk. They said
she went to UAPB for the summer, and people told her she couldn't come back.
Send her ass to University of Central Arkansas. Yep. She's a proud lady. What they call the polar bears, whatever it is. But anyway, but we got a special podcast today. We're gonna be talking about the one and only Grambling State University football, and we got some special guests. And I'm gonna let Perk introduce him since he got a better connection than me. So go ahead, Perk.
Man, look, we bring y'all to the man, one of the men who taught me how to throw parties. Anybody know that I threw parties in Grambling, they know it was a couple men, probably I'm gonna say, man, I just was sitting here thinking like 3. Then I forgot about Aaron, I forgot about Vern. Everybody know about Roy, Melvin, Jerry, that whole crew. So Keenan is definitely one of the people that helped me get my career in throwing events and promoting started in Grambling. So to everyone out there, this is Keenan Green, the other side of 1911. So it is what it is.
Yo.
Well, shoot, welcome to the podcast, my man. So
hey, what's that?
So Keenan, so you already brought it up. You was at Graham from 90. Say it again.
93 to 97.
So give people in a little bit of depth. I know we can't go deep into it because if you didn't go to Graham, you just ain't gonna understand. What was Graham like around about that time? What was the vibe for you?
Oh, so you do know that Grambling had stages. You had the G, you had Graham, you had Grambling, you had Grambling State, and now we are in the section of Grambling State University. Okay. I was in the point of the G to Graham.
Okay.
So my freshman year, we was every bit of 10,000 strong, kicking it. Just, bruh. I mean, that different world era, as it was down sloping on the different world side, bro. It was, Grambling was great, man. If you went to Grambling during my era, and you was going through a little transition of stuff of how the world was supposed to be and how we as black people supposed to be black and proud and hanging on and trying to make it work, you know what I'm saying, meeting everyone, no cell phones, so you had to meet them on the yard and You know what I'm saying? All that hanging out 24/7. That was our year, man. That was us. That was us.
Yeah, that boy said no cell phone. Woo. I'm like, I don't think I was there for that.
The hall, the little phone in there, go to switchboard and
Yeah.
party line.
Yeah, you sit outside Wheatley and call up.
Yeah, bro. That we was, yeah, man. When it was a boys and girls side of campus.
Yeah. Yeah, I came at the end of that. I came at that stage right when the flip cell phone came out, and you can play you can get songs off different apps to play for your ringtone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, everybody had voice messages in their rooms.
Yeah. Oh, y'all. Jesus. Boy, they got voice messages in the room.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's stages, man. Grambling went through some stages, and they're all good stages, but everybody's different. Like we go back to homecoming now, folks don't hang out. We hang out. You know what I'm saying? We there Thursday night looking at the kids like, why y'all not on the yard? You know what I'm saying? So that's us. Everybody, when you see everybody on that campus just out and look like they ain't got no ain't got nothing else to do.
Yep.
That's the 90s.
Yeah.
Every last one of them went to school in the 90s at some point in time, bro.
Yeah. I can agree, like the difference was when I came, and I ain't gonna lie, I missed it. When I came, they were on Friday at 5, the yard was packed. Like I'm talking about wall to wall packed everywhere. Yeah. Like it was, and we talking about and I missed it by a year, so I would have had 2 years. So I came to Grambling in 02, fall 02. But I graduated fall 01, and spring 01. And I should have came then, but I didn't. But when I got there that fall, when I tell you at 5 o'clock, the yard was packed with alumni. Yeah, man. It was the next fall. I was looking for the same thing, but that was the switch. Like when he talking about the generations, like you be trying to figure out, like, man, where did it go different at? Like when I tell you when fall 02 and then fall 03, two totally different schools.
And you literally, when I was in school, he's saying that y'all was packed at 5. They was blocking off driving when I was in school at 12.
Yeah.
You wasn't rolling through rolling by the Union at 12. Not happening. It wasn't happening. Because people was out.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'm fall 07. No, excuse me. I'm summer 07. That's when I got the ground. Yeah, and I stayed in.
Man, you got there when it said Grambling State, the Grambling State University.
No. He got there when it said Grand Fam.
No. I was there before Grand Fam.
Oh, no. So here go the thing though. Think about what you're saying, Kenny. So what you call that era, we called it the G at that point.
Okay.
Cause here go the thing. What you took as the G back then, we took as a G because we was on the yard though when I got there in fall 02. Like that was our thing. Like it don't matter what happened, everything that happened, we came to the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I'm talking about it don't matter if it was a fight on the yard on somewhere on campus, we came to the yard. If the lights went out, we came to the yard.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's that?
Man, you came on aggressive.
Oh shit, I'm a noob.
See,
here we, well,
hey,
you know
listen,
what?
so Noob,
I'm gonna have to let
you
you
a Noob, I'm gonna help you out, Noob. Can you tilt your camera down something like this? Cause we can only see the top of your head.
Yeah, we got number 4.
All right, there you go, Noob.
Hey man, now I can't talk noise to you, Diggs.
Oh shit, I'm good, man. It ain't. That shit don't bother me, man.
What's happening?
Nothing, chilling. What's going on?
Hey man, we're gonna have fun today. Got these young boys on here.
Yeah. So Los, welcome to the TheCafePodcast. I think Perk brought you on. So yeah, we here to talk a little bit about everything, a little bit football, grand, whatever. But we're gonna get it in. What Los is? Los is UAPB.
No, he ground.
He ground. Okay. Who the old boy? Who old boy you talking about is
That's on the group me I'm on. It's a dude from UAPB talking to her. Nah, that wasn't Lowe's.
Okay.
Nah, he in the Grambling, what is that, Grambling Family Support?
Yeah, Grambling alumni and supporters, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And he just, I mean, I'm gonna let him tell you where his side is. And I think me and Kenny was on the same side. Him and John Brantley was on the same side. So it was just a difference of views of what's going on now and with Fobbs.
Well,
Coach Fobbs.
My thing is it's hard for me I just think he got the wrong people around him.
Hold on, Los. Before you go in detail, let people know who you are, what year you was at Graham, and then go from there.
I'm DeCarlos Holmes. I played at Grambling from 94 through 98. Well, 97 was my last season. Defensive lineman of the year in 1997 and 96. Well, 96 and 97. SWAC Academic Award, graduated in history. Got a master's from Grambling as well, educational leadership. Been coaching about 20 years, coached at EMCC, won 2 national championships at EMCC, and Perk know EMCC because he's from Meridian.
Oh, yeah.
So, won 4 state championships in Louisiana High School Athletic Association. Coached a lot of NFL guys, sent about 30 Division I defensive linemen and defensive skill players to major D1 schools, 15 SEC guys. But I'm a Grambling man. So with all that being said, I love Grambling. I used to mark the field with Dan Washington. A lot of people don't know Dan Washington. They used to call Dan Washington field rat. So he was the one in the old stadium marking the field, getting it ready for games. I used to go out there every other day with him, you know what I'm saying? So I am a Grambling man, So my daddy played for Grambling. My grandfather played 2 years at Grambling in the late 40s when Coach Rob first got there. So, I mean, it's in me,
Gotcha. All right, well, shoot. Go on, talk your spiel on Fobbs then. What you think?
Well, I just think Fobbs need to get better coaches around him. I think that some of the good coaches that he brought in initially, they're gone. And I just think he don't need yes-sir men around. He needs some guys that bring great energy in recruiting, great energy on the field, great energy in practice. And a lot of times, from what I see and what I hear, is that he don't necessarily like those kind of people around, So, people that's gonna tell him like it is. And a lot of times we as leaders get so caught up in they telling me what I want to hear, and we get comfortable and complacent with them instead of bringing guys in who gonna go against the grain a little bit, but for the good of the team and for the good of ground.
I can respect that. I get that. I do get that. Hell yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Like I pay attention to. I've really been paying attention like these last couple of years to Nick Saban and his coaches. And if you look at the coaches that he bring in, he just don't bring in a coach. He bring in coaches that have that experience or have that head coach mindset. Now, even though he might talk to him the way he talked to him, he still trusts the offensive coordinator to do what they need to do. The defensive coordinator to do what they need to do. Like, because Nick Saban, all he coaches is defensive back. So I think Fobbs, to me, I think he's getting, well, how can I say that? I think it's humbling him to know that, hey, man, you the head coach. Can't do everything. You're going to have to get some coaches in that going to really be able to coach. So if you turn your back, you ain't worried about nothing. You know that everything is going to be copacetic.
But see, and here's the deal. Like, Keenan said something, and at first I took it the wrong way, but then I really thought about it. Hell yeah, I wouldn't mind to be a defensive coordinator at Grambling. But where I'm at, I got 21 years in the state of Louisiana. Well, I got 2 years in Mississippi, but 2.5 years in Mississippi, and 20 years in Louisiana. They can't afford me right now for what they paying. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I'm trying to stack my retirement. Like I was telling you guys online on Facebook, Coach Northern offered me the defensive line job in 2014 to go to Prairie View. But I couldn't see myself going to Prairie View for no $60,000 living in Houston, Texas, and then having to play against Grambling. I wasn't going to do that. Never going to do that. And but one SWAC school I coach at, and that's Grambling. And them kind of them days of coaching and SWAC schools or coaching where you ain't making over 6 figures is over for me. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know,
That's
it
respectful.
is what it is.
Hey, that's respectful, Kenfolk. That's respectful right there. That's understandable.
I mean, and that's why I said coming on the podcast is different because, when you reading in a different tone.
Right.
I don't doubt nothing you said. I mean, I feel like I'm a Grambling man since I got there. Everything that's about me now came from Grambling. The reason I graduated, my college mom with my second mom, who taught me everything. Everybody that I met at Grambling, that had something to do with Coach Rob, the Mannings, Coach Lyons, all of them. So I just feel like when we start losing, we want to jump ship all the time.
Yeah, but see, I ain't never really been on the ship.
Well, see, I've been on the ship.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a ride with Grambling regardless, win, lose, or draw.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, like, and I say this because, like, if you look at what I say, I'm for Grambling. If you look at what Ray Higgins say, it's for Grambling because we've been there forever. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But it's like Keenan's been there a long time. Hell, you know what I'm saying? But when you say you for fives, to me, it's like, okay, fuck Grambling. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying he the coach that's in position now.
Right.
And he done did some stuff coming in. But we in a different situation. But he ain't like this even our first full year of losing. Right. Like this ain't even like our second year. Like we just talking about a spring training thing.
Yeah, we talking about something that's all together.
Like my thing is when you say you jumping against Graham or you going against Graham, give me something else like, oh, this has been going on for a year or two. Don't give me, oh, we ain't have it last year and we ain't have a year before that. Cause I'm like, bro, like that's just me. Like I feel like the Saints, I can speak about them because I hate them. I hate them because the simple fact of that when Drew Brees throw one mistake and lose a game, they ready to kill him.
Right.
Ready to throw him off the ship.
Right.
But then next week he come win the game. That's oh man, Drew, woo man, I'm giving Drew all this. Yeah. And I'm like, that's my only thing with Graham. It's like we get so mad at we lost the game or we lost these games, and it's like, so what happened last year when you was on the man? It was like, well, they ought to get a man everything he need. Now it's like, well, we ain't got the resources now. Nah, that ain't
it. See, Lowe's, I've been on the political side of this for the past 13, 14 years as an alumni president of alumni chapter, dealing with Gooner all the time frame, talking to the presidents, all of them from Pogue all the way through. So I've seen the other side. You know what I'm saying?
That boy said Pogue. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said Pogue. He said Pogue.
So I know the logistics of where the state is looking at and all that other stuff, and then where we are falling short. And that's why I be like, you know what? And that's why I came in the manner that I did on the social media thing was like, look, I don't know what your credentials is. I'm not a football player. Right. What I'm saying is, if you got the credentials, just put your resume out there and see what happens.
Hey, see, here's the deal. Now go back and look at every post. I have never said nothing against five.
You haven't. No, you haven't. You have not said it. And that's what I'm saying. You haven't. The people that I was, you ain't said nothing against fives. No.
See, this is my deal though. As a coach, your players are a reflection of you.
Come on.
Right? And I don't think we have a sense of urgency. You know why? Because now I played with five now. So I know five. Five not no energy guy. You know what I'm saying? He's just what he is.
He is conservative.
These kids today, huh? What'd you say?
He's a conservative guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So these kids today are different, man. And I learned that from Buddy Stevens because he don't do a damn thing, Perk. You know what I'm saying? So it was the black coaches that know what it's like to go in Meridian and you ain't got no floor in your house and you ain't got no money that this is your ticket out of here. You see what I'm saying? It's a different. Now, our frat brother died. What's his name? Hampton?
Calvin.
Hamp died. Hamp was cool. I could always go to Meridian and get who I want. I went and got Jamon Gardner. You see what I'm saying? So I know how to relate to them kids. But the truth be told, my daddy played with Five's dad. You know, it's just these kids are different. They need people around them that's going, man, I know what it's like not to eat. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that, you know, but it's people who not just compassion, but they know they struggle. So guess what? On Saturday, they'll lay it out on the line for you. You know why? Because they know you got their back.
And this COVID scenario, man, you know, bless them children's heart, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make it through, trying to get it, trying to stay focused, can't see their folks, then trying to play ball in the spring, and then you got your year eligibility back because of COVID. But you got new recruits coming in the fall. You want to play up. Now that you're doing certain things this spring that done expose where your weakness at, and your coaches now are resigning or however they're choosing to walk out of this scenario, which some of them should have been gone a while back. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? And I feel Los on that fire thing. You know what I'm saying? When I am one of the guys that tell folk when we say Grambling, my chest need to be sticking out in front of you, and I'm looking you straight in the face, like, nigga, we Grambling.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
When I walk on the building, I'm Grambling. These cats in Dallas be looking at me like I said, I'm just letting you know who the fuck I am. You heard me?
Right.
You know, and that's just how we are. You know, we are some cocky folks, but in the same token, though, we know, hey man, you got me, but you ain't finna get me next year.
Right. Hey, let me piggyback on you, man. I went to Howard, and I told Florida this too. I went to Howard on a trip, and a lot of people talk about Howard the way that they talk about Graham. Howard just got, you know, more people in higher places that are in front of the screen that everybody can go see.
Right.
Not to say Graham don't, but walking on their campus, man, it's the same excitement that you get when you go to Graham, man. Like they attitude is cocky. Right. And like I literally, like, I heard like so many people be like, oh man, how did this? And I'm like, oh, you just ain't been around no Grambling people. Like, I'm gonna tell you now, like, you say you know what I'm saying, even in the post, man, the group me that I'm in, the dude made a little comment and was like, yeah, man, Grambling and Southern, blah, blah, blah. Now here go the thing. I've been to Thurgood Marshall, I've been to these different conferences, and I've been there arguing hands down with a Southern person. And we all know this, and ain't nobody got to teach us. We can be arguing, but don't step in the argument. Just stay out.
Stay out.
Stay out the argument. And that's just the cockiness that we have for the pride that we have. Like, I mean, even the other schools, they just don't have our morale. Like, you come there knowing what you're going to get when you get there. Regardless of what it is, you can be playing the flute. You know one thing, man, that's the G. I'm finna go hard. Right. But my question though, Los, because and I'm just asking this because we're on the podcast. You sound to me like you really, really want to be the head coach at Grambling State University.
I would never be the head coach at Grambling State University.
Oh, okay.
No matter if I could win 2 Super Bowls, I can never be the head coach at Grambling.
Why?
Man, Grambling, I don't want to get into it, man. Grambling is so political, bro.
Oh, we know what you're talking about. But here go my thing though, Los. Here go my thing, Los. And I want you to follow me on this, Los. I just need you to come to that conclusion of saying you want that, and I believe that's gonna happen. Nah. And I'm gonna tell you why I believe that's gonna happen. Because everything in the universe now has changed. Everything has changed, period. And here go the reason why I say that. Keenan just said the best thing he could say. He said he knows the political side now. And that's the thing that you got to have, that every other coach has to have now, is the political part.
But see, here's the thing. You know what? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be real with you because I'm a nigga first. That's it.
Come on.
When Five got that job, I was mad. Let me tell you why I was mad. Because I felt my body of work. Now, this was, Five got the job at 13. Now, we just won national championship, best defense in the country. 2 of them guys in the league right now, DJ Jones and Jaron Reed. One played with the Seahawks, one played with the 49ers. So Fives called me because me and Fives used to talk because when I was at St. Aug, I had Leonard Fournette and a lot of other guys. Fives used to come over there recruiting. And, you know, Jamal, his brother, played at St. Aug, right?
Okay.
So Fives never got fired at Southern Miss, right? No, might have been somewhere else before Southern Miss.
No, it was I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the school.
McNeese.
Yeah.
Okay. So guess what I did? I called Fives. I said, man, we need an OC over here, man. We got the #1 running back in the country. He said, nah, man, I can't take that job. I can't take that job. Cool. So he gets the job at Grambling. I call him. He don't call me back. He called me back 2 days later. He said, man, now I ain't asked him to hire me. I just asked for an interview. He said, man, I'll give you an interview, but right now you my third guy up. So when he said that, bro, I'm your third guy up. Nigga, I just had the #1. Dog, I just interviewed at damn Cleveland Browns for the assistant D-line job. And you tell me I'm your third choice. Now I'm saying this in my head. I ain't never gave him the impression that I was disgruntled.
Yeah.
All right. Shook that out. You know, it take nigga like me, it take about a month to get over. I got over, you know, swallow my pride. So I'm calling him about kids. He'll call me back. Oh, I don't think he can play here. I don't think that's what we're looking for. Dog, I done sent so many kids over there. Dog, Rodney Jackson, you know Rodney Jackson? Played at Graham. He led the nation in block kicks. All right. Sent him over there. He had McNeese, ULL, all these different schools. I sent him to Graham. I had a kid, Courtney Garnett, #3 D tackle in the country from St. Aug. He went to Oklahoma, stayed 2 years. After they played in the Orange Bowl, something happened, man. They took his scholarship. Dooley called him, Fives called me. So I go pick the Negro up in Oklahoma, bring him to my house in Bastrop. I was staying in Bastrop at the time. I hid him out for like a week, then took him to Grambling. Hand delivered this Negro to Grambling. So he had some issues, man. You know, kind of daddy wasn't in his life. You know, normal black kids growing up, broken family type shit. So I said, Fives, man, you got to take care of this kid, man. This kid needs a father figure. Man, October, they sent that kid home, talking about they can't help that kid. But nobody ever tell me about it. Now I took this kid over here to you, and I told you to take care of this kid. And you can't call me and tell me you kicking him out? Come on, man. That's bad business, man. I trusted you with this kid. That's bad business. You know where the kid at now? In jail.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Duke could be making money. He 6'3", about 285 right now. Children. But you gotta take care of people's kids, man. You gotta have some scruples, bro. When you tell somebody you're gonna take care of kids, you gotta take care of the kids, man.
Okay. Let me
you gotta recruit New Orleans. You gotta recruit New Orleans. You gotta recruit Baton Rouge.
Let me ask you this question, because I just been looking at how people been treating Fox, or just the whole situation. Is this something that's been building up and he just been winning just to throw the blanket over it, or this something like we should have been knew this from the jump, the way he's acting with the coaches?
Here's the thing. To me, Fives is a great head coach. Because head coaches really don't coach. You don't see what a certain head coaches coach. All right? They got to be more of a CEO of a company. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got to have their hand in everything, but they got to know how everybody works together. They got to know how to delegate stuff. You see what I'm saying? And they got to show the passion and the desire. Like, for example, my first job when I came out of Grambling in '98, I went to Walmart Management Training Program. Walmart was the #1 corporation in the world. All right. So the guy told me this, and I'll never forget this. He said, your job as a store manager is not to do everything, but it's to make sure everything gets done. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do everything. You ain't gotta make sure Department 24, the module has been changed, but you gotta make sure it's done. Make sure your people get it done. See, here's the thing. That incident with Nard, And I heard about the incident, never commented on because Nard is a friend of mine and he's also my fraternity brother. And I played with Nard. You see what I'm saying?
What happened to Nard though? Huh? I said what happened because there's too many different there's too many sources and too many people saying too many different things. Because I'm hearing that he got fired. I'm hearing he left. I'm hearing he just resigned.
You cuss the man out, you gonna get fired.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? If you disrespect the man in front of everybody, you're gonna get fired. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, but if I give you something, if I say you the OC, I'm gonna let you do what that white boy who was the OC do. We lost anyway. You see what I'm saying? We losing. I'm gonna see what you can do. I'm not gonna not let you call plays. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where the respect level come in at. You see what I'm saying? So if I tell you I'm giving you this job, but I don't let you do your job, come on, man. I lied to you.
So Los, you sound like you remind me of Rick Frazier. Remember Rick Frazier?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Rick talked about some things. You like, man, you have to play football at Grambling to understand where our frustration comes from.
Yeah.
And he's frustrated too, right? Yeah, he's frustrated too.
Yeah.
And when Rick said that, like I told Rick, I said, I get where you're coming from because you've been on that field. You've been on that gridiron at Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit, your mindset of how it works is different from mine, who's been a spectator and a student and pumps Grambling up like I am Grambling everywhere, but never played at Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that goes to say that's across the board though.
Yeah,
because even being a student and for lack of a word, I could say an ambassador for the school. You know, working for free, just because I got the love for the G. You know, even like I agree with Los though, like totally 100%. It ain't really about the school no more. I love it. I ain't gonna never lose it. Can't say it, but it's about the money now. Like you gotta pay me. Like I'm worth more than that now.
And Los, when you said that, that's why I said I understand.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm one of the I'm gonna say was because I'm about to retire and shit. I am the promoter from Grambling. Everybody from 20, 45, 10, 40, 30, everybody in this country knows who I am. Period. By everything. You know, so when I put that word Grambling on my page, and like I said, nigga, my chest out. It don't matter. It's me. I say I'm Keenan first, regardless, but Grambling is me. I'm a Kappa. I'm not a Kappa without Grambling. I'm a Mason at Grambling. I'm not a Mason without my folks and Grambling. You know what I'm saying? My degree is Grambling. My strut, my walk, that's Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So it is, you know, so I know Fob because Fob went to school with us. And I know how good dude Fobs is. But I also know that those of us with that fire and that walk out with Grambling, Fobs had it, but he's not that assertive with it like some of us.
Well, let me tell you like this, and I'm gonna tell you, and this real shit right here, this real nigga shit. Now, how would you feel if you know you're gonna get your ass kicked every fucking week because you know you got a white quarterback named Con Blanc, he was garbage, but you know the defense was gonna ball out every fucking week.
I remember y'all did ball out every fucking week.
Every fucking week. and you ain't doing it for a scholarship because you did it because you could have got a scholarship. You could have went any other play. Hell, I was committed to Tech coming out of high school.
Y'all did Rob. Y'all did that for Rob.
For Rob, and that's the thing, man. And like, what pisses me off is these people, not talking about you, Perk, because you are the younger generation. See what I'm saying?
No,
these older cats, I got a picture, and I'm going to share it with you one day when I find it. It's a Sports Illustrated. It's Rob's last home game.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan remember that shit. How many people was at that home game?
Not that many.
But they for Grambling.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
But he gonna think. Listen, you see how I know that, right? But I wasn't even there, but I know that, right?
And guess what, Los? We was in the rain.
In the rain, exactly.
We was in the rain.
In the rain, right?
But that was Rob's last game. But guess what? We was in the rain for Rob.
Right.
I feel what he's saying because at that point in time, and now you got these people to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Can you gotta tell him who Rob is? Because I think people are like, who he talking about? You gotta tell him who Rob is.
The Coach Rob, the icon coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eddie Rob.
Yeah, let him know.
The black man that can walk through the United States and every president would say, "How you doing, Mr. Coach Robinson?"
Right.
Every
Right.
president.
Yeah. But see, and this is the thing, like, and this is crazy, bro. Sometimes, man, look, I was telling, man, me and Fakir Brown talked the other day to Raj Flanagan and all those guys, Corey Lewis. Like, we ain't getting no Letterman jacket. We ain't getting no cardigans. We ain't getting no blanket. We ain't getting nothing that say we played at Grambling, bro. Like, everything that's due to us, we still hadn't gotten. You know why? Because when Coach Rob was leaving out, Doug was coming in. He was kicking Coach Rob's ass out. You know, that's what he did, basically. You know, that's exactly what he did now. Don't get it twisted now. Everybody know that now.
That's what he did.
So we didn't get nothing, bro. So you got a guy, probably one of the best DBs ever come to Grambling because he only played 1 year. Played, 7, 8 years in the NFL? This man ain't got no vest, no cardigan, no blanket, no nothing from Grambling, bro. Dog, we ain't getting nothing. Coach Sterling, Ernest Sterling's son, don't even have a Letterman jacket, a blanket, a vest, nothing. Like, we ain't got nothing, bro.
So my question to you, Los, because with you saying that, the Grambling Legends was formed in the 2000s.
The Grambling Legends was formed in the 2000s, but it was really, just think about
it. Come on.
It's for them people like Doug folks, you know what I'm saying?
And that was my point I'm finna get at. So my point with that question was because I bumped heads with Grambling Legends, okay? And
Keenan, do you care to tell why you bumped heads with the Legends?
Say, man, look, man.
Hey, no, don't do it, Kenny. Don't do it. Listen. This was crazy though. Everything y'all said, I have heard, and I've heard it from the academic side. I've heard it from the political side, and the thing about it is, it's like that's crazy. Like to me, because you know the thing, like Lo said, I read what Lo said about they didn't get Lettermans, they didn't get cardigans, and I'm sitting there like, all right, yeah, okay. But I went back and processed the fact that, hold on, he said they had the best defense. He was with Coach Rob, and they don't have cardigans, they don't have Lettermans, and I'm sitting here like, even I'm gonna go further than that though, because I even said, okay, y'all brought Erykah Badu, but we ain't thought about giving her something. Y'all want to bring
Michael Vick, Michael Vick, and you give him a Letterman jacket.
And I'm sitting here like, we have these people who will give to the school, put the school into place on the same platform as Howard, and we don't do those things. He had multiple interviews about when he was at Grambling.
All his stuff, he buys it from somebody else.
And that's my point. Like, we still haven't, the man ain't did enough to give him any kind of doctorate, whether it's fake, whatever. I can't even think of the word I want to use right now, but damn it, we still ain't gave it to him. And I'm sitting here like, so a man gotta die before we give him something. That's what you tell me.
I don't like that either. I don't like that.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. Like, the emotion in morale that we have for Grambling, it takes for somebody to die before we decide to give him something.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I'm pissed off. Like,
Los, I might take everything I said to you back now.
Okay.
Like, you just peed me off. I'm peed off with you now.
John Mendenhall, probably one of the best defensive linemen to ever come through Grambling, right? You know what he got in the Legends? You know what? Grambling ain't never honored him, bro. He played in the league, 10, 11 years, started. Dog, no honor.
What was his name
Think
again?
about this shit. Huh?
What was his name again?
John Mendenhall. Probably one of the strongest men ever. He played with my daddy now. Now I'm talking about probably one of the strongest men ever now. Ever come through Grambling now. So, and I'm finna tell you about the elephant in the room now. The elephant in the room, and I'm not ashamed to say it, is it's a Monroe thing. If you ain't from Monroe, just think about it. So I was talking to one of my former teammates. He lived in Grambling. Probably one of the best linebackers ever came through Grambling. 4.40, came from Nebraska.
Damn, he just passed.
Yeah, he just passed. He just passed.
Mm.
And nobody talked about this?
Ray Higgins did. He's the only one. So all these Monroe folks, now you know where I'm going with this now, Perk. They Grambling. Oh, we've been Grambling for years.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you only been Grambling when y'all got fives in there. See, it's not about five. It's about the political part of the whole deal, man. It's like, man, Grambling is a place where somebody is everybody if you got the right last name. Now, I grew up in Grambling. Like, see, this is shit y'all don't even know. It's like when you're growing up in Grambling, you know it's a good place, right?
Yeah.
But you know, guess what? Oh, you ain't such and such son, so you ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was like a caste system, dog, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And you might not understand it. When you get a little older, y'all understand it. And certain people in Grambling, you can do what the hell you want to do.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, we know those families.
Yeah. So
we know those families.
So and then you talk about.
That's why I got him on speed. That's why I got him on speed dial.
Right. right. It's like no matter what you do, bro. And this is just not Grambling. My daddy used to tell me this all the time. He said, man, if you want the jobs you want, you got to outlive them. That's why I run 6-7 miles a day. You know what I'm saying? With these bad knees that I got from Grambling, them 7 concussions I had at Grambling, them Dr. Ballard messed my knees up with the bullshit surgeries at Grambling. I can't get a Letterman jacket. So when I see Michael Vick get one, I'm pissed off. When I see Tony Orlando, the garbage ass offensive coordinator on a picture, he get a fucking Letterman jacket. He got one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pissed off. You damn right I'm mad.
So let me ask this question. I'm coming to Keenan and Lowe's. You can end it if you want to. On the political side, is Fobbs on the hot seat?
No, can't be.
Lowe's?
Nah, Fobbs ain't on the hot seat. You know why? Fobbs won how many championships?
2.
But what I'm telling you is,
he won 1 or 2.
It's 2. He won. I looked at the stats for Ghana because I remember his first year he went 7-5. Then that next year,
8-4.
Yeah, he lost to Southern that year. Then the next year they won the SWAC and the national championship. Then came back, won SWAC, and then lost the national championship. Yeah, and then like it's like the battle with Southern was always the spot to go to the SWAC championship.
Well, let me ask you this: he shouldn't be on the hot seat.
I said no. And let me give you my shit. People been talking about I'm like, nah, the man. If you look at his stats,
he cannot be in the hot seat.
Yeah, he's done better than the last 3 coaches at Grambling.
And this is why. And Los will probably and everybody on this podcast can confirm this. When the team set out the Jackson State game, we were 1-13. Bob came in.
Now I will say this. I would say this wholeheartedly. Fobbs shouldn't be on the hot seat. What I will say is that shit in Jackson that's going on, that train finna take over. It ain't gonna last but 2 years because he gonna get a big job.
Yeah,
hold up, say that one more time.
That train that's rolling right now in Jackson, and people hating on it, but it's beautiful. You know why it's beautiful?
For all sweat.
Huh?
Everybody.
It's beautiful for everybody. You know why? Everybody. Because what it's doing is putting us on TV. Yep. All right. What it's doing is getting them big time recruits to come to the sweat. All right. Come on. And why we not gonna benefit from it? Because we don't have no energy. Do we even have a Grambling football Twitter?
Nope, they don't got Twitter. Well, they got a Grambling athletic page, man. But
no.
But dang, what's the two groups in with the football team?
Grambling Mighty Football Tigers and the other one.
No. What is one is the House Perk? You know what I'm talking about with
Oh, you talking about the fraternities?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about House and the other one? I can't think of the other name, but like they got two football fraternities.
See, we had one now, but when Doug came in there, we was called G5P, and it's been G5P one made the song up. Keep Big Red, keep on moving it on, right on. Big Red. And they probably say it now, but when Doug came in, he disbanded G5P. You know, Doug did a lot of shit that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying?
He did a lot of stuff that a lot of us didn't like.
Right. Now, when Doug was there, it wasn't a Monroe thing. It was a Baton Rouge thing. So all the stuff, Coach, he got from. Now, I got something else to tell you too. That's gonna be a diabolical now. So when he came, he bought Roach with him from Southern. He bought Spears with him. That's his cousin. All right. He from Clinton, Zachary area too. All right. Receiver coach, who he had? He bought Northern. He bought Highsend. He was from Baton Rouge. All right. And went to Southern. So it wasn't a Grambling thing. It was damn near a Southern thing. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, like he bringing Baton Rouge. All right. He leaves. Spears get the job. Baton Rouge still controlling shit, right?
Richest coach in the sweat.
Right. Then Broadway get the job. No Louisiana guys. You see what I'm saying? So he don't have no Louisiana time. You see what I'm saying? So then Doug get the job back. They fired Doug. Five get the job. Guess what? It's a Monroe thing now. Shouldn't be like that, man. You go to Baton Rouge, you go to LSU. It's an LSU thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to disconnect with their former players unless they done something outrageous. Unless they done raped some women and grab a lady ass in the casino, you know what I'm saying? Or give $100 bills out at the national championship game to players, you know, they don't ban you. But it's like so many Grambling players are disgruntled because it's like we don't feel a part of what's going on there.
Well, let me ask you this, because if you, let's just say you were the head coach, don't you already got in your mind like who you want to bring on, like who you want your OC, your DC, your special teams, your wide receiver coach? Like, don't you already got in your mind like, so when you say Files bringing on people that's from Monroe, maybe those are people he always wanted to be on his staff.
Well, not. I'm not saying in the program. I'm talking about around the program.
Okay, all right, I got
you. See what I'm saying? So that now, as far as his coach is concerned, defensive coordinator high garbage. Now, this is what I want to tell you, Perk. So I went back since 1992, right? 1992 to 2020. I looked at the defensive, how they finished in total defense in the country, NCAA. We finished 7th in the country in 94. In 1992, they finished 19th, okay? So 2012, another top 10 finish, okay? That was under Broadway, I guess, right? A Doug, probably Doug.
Broadway.
Sure, that wasn't Doug.
So since Ty's been there, the highest we ever got was 28. Do you know 3 years ago we won a national championship and finished 46 in total defense? Who? I don't give a damn who it is, where you at, that coordinator will be fired. Because here's the thing about college football, and this is what I learned. Like the stuff you don't look at, the minute things, the pay attention to details, that's what makes you a better coordinator in college. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like, did we win the turnover ratio? Did we do great on third down or third and short? Did we do great on first? Are we winning first down? So that's how you start getting efficient with your rankings on defense. But if you blitz every damn play, you don't have a base defense, you can't win those battles. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you blitz every play, all right, you can't win those battles. It's like no structure. It's just total chaos out there on defense.
It is total chaos, and that's why everybody knows he got to go. And that's why I told some folks that don't worry, wait till the season over. He's probably gonna be gone too. He's gonna be gone too. Because at the end of the day, and I have to agree with Los on this. At the end of the day, if that defense, it was time that we were like, if the defense win the game for us, we got the game.
Right.
That was in Prairie View too, though.
The defense is going to win the game for us.
That was definitely in Prairie View. Like I was there with my school and seen it, and was like, man, if we don't have the 2 fumbles and the two fumble recoveries and the 2 interception recoveries, we don't even be close. We're not even in the game.
Yeah.
And just to get to that point, the quarterback gotta go. Like he should have been gone. He should have been gone after the Bayou Classic. He lost the first year.
And see,
Perk, I'm different on that. You know why? Because the quarterback only do what he been doing. You see what I'm saying? So as a coach,
I agree with you. Listen, Lo, I ain't disagree. Now I might disagree with you on Facebook, but I ain't disagree with nothing you said since you've been on here. But I agree with that though. I agree with that.
That's the thing.
I'm not gonna talk about that kid because that's what he is as a kid.
Yeah.
But in the same token, though,
we talking about the athlete. We ain't talking about the kid. We talking about the athlete. The student and the athlete are 2 different things.
Yeah, right. So the athlete
gotta go.
You have started 3 years. So the first thing that pissed me off in the Jackson State game, how are you not using time? You are the general on the field.
Right.
All these false starts, that's your fault.
Right.
You don't come from nobody else. That's your fault. Them boys are supposed to be sound off your clock.
In the first series, we had 6 false start penalties. The first that's how Jackson State got that first touchdown, because them boys was inside the 30-yard line, like we just handed them the ball. Like, all right, we just gonna put it right here.
And we need to thank, as Grambling, we need to thank Alabama State for beating Jackson State, because your boy, he gonna bring a lot of fame to the SWAC, but he cannot win a SWAC championship.
No,
he cannot do that.
No,
because he's all about him. So it ain't gonna be about Jackson State winning. It's gonna be about him. And my thing is, a cat like him, and the way he was tweeting about the bad things at Jackson and stuff like that, and putting their business out there, that rubbed me the wrong way. When you come to an HBCU, you come inside of a family. We don't badmouth our family to the public, no matter what happens.
I gotta disagree on that one.
Exactly, I disagree on that.
I gotta disagree because this is the thing though. The stuff he's talking about, that stuff happens a lot, and the thing about it is, it took him to put that shine on it to say, "Hey, we got to change stuff. If not, business is gonna be usual." Like that stuff going into the locker room. Even though I think they found a person. When I was with the basketball team, we went to Valley. And somebody broke in the locker room, and they didn't steal from us; they stole from Valley.
Right. Hey, but see, that's just like saying, the cops killing us. But guess what? We ain't gonna tell folks we killing ourselves.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Like what he did, he brought that light. He brought that light, and the thing about it is, all HBCUs knew what he was talking about. It's not one HBCU that was like, you know what? That never happened to that doesn't happen to every HBCU. And if it took prime time to put that on Sean, I'm with you on that one. Now,
but see, he brought what he brought in one of our homeboys, Nick, man, he a guru media dude. And what he said to me made more sense was that he brought the shine to HBCUs, period. Like, if your brand is not as big as it is right now, then you need to get some people in your marketing. You need to get some people on your planning committee for PR, all of that at this point right now. The thing about us is we always going to be in the top 10. We going to be in the top 5, probably the top 3. The only thing is I feel like our problem is, and it goes to what Lo's saying, like, we have people who just want to give. We don't even care what you give me back, but at least be like, hey, you know what? You gave this. Let me say thank you. Let me give you a shirt. Let me give you something to make you feel like you a part when you come home. But we don't even get that.
But here's the thing about it is, hell, this shit we earned, we ain't got. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying it for niceness, because my thing is this. I feel like when you graduate at a certain point, it's certain stuff that I shouldn't ask. But then when you have, I remember my roommate Breon Rush when he scored, what was that, 50 against Southern? 50 or 60, I think. He scored 50 or 60 that night. And he was in the top, I think he was in the top 5 or something. He was behind Louisiana Tech. And he was talking about, him going overseas, and he was just talking about how the athletic department was seeing other players stuff from other schools, but he couldn't get enough from Graham. And I'm just like, even football players from Graham that go play in the league, they talk about, like, I remember somebody was talking about Ray Lewis, and they was like, man, Miami seen him stuff every week.
But see, here's the deal, and this is crazy, bro. Like, before all that shit happened with these big time endorsement deals, man, we had Nike. Like I used to get a Chuck, God bless his day, used to give me a pair of new Nikes every week. Cause I just bullshitted for some new Nikes every week. New cleats every week. See what I'm saying? But a lot of that stuff, because of Graham, because of the shit that go on at black colleges, like Dion was spotlighting, man, that shit was on the streets. People got Nike jerseys. They selling them here. Aaron James he had a storage room with all the Nike shit in there. You know what I'm saying? And him and Richard Paul was selling this shit, all kind of shit at Graham. Right? You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what happened with all our shit. I mean, just be real, man. I'm just gonna be real, man. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. There's a lot of people, man, that one of my best friends got more money in Monroe than any black man. I'm talking about, he got like a $70 million settlement.
Okay.
Dog, I would know that guy from the head coach at Graham. I would know that guy. See, here's the thing. My daddy was telling me about it. It was cliquish when they were playing. Like, the Monroe guys hung with the Monroe guys. New Orleans guys hung with the New Orleans guys.
It was the same thing when we was in school.
So you graduate with that mentality. Then you get a job and come back with that mentality. Oh, but I will say this. Brian Lowe should have been the AD.
This is where I fall back. I don't even know who that is.
He was the AD, I think, before I got there.
No, he wasn't even the AD.
No, he went to AD there, but he was the AD. I think he was the AD here. If I remember correct, I think he was the AD here. Dang.
No, see, Brian Lowe came from like the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, he was in the Washington.
Oh, I know who you talking. Okay, I had to put it.
His name was in the mix to be the AD.
Yeah, he was.
But he filed first cousin though.
He was in the conversation we had when they was talking about it. That's how you know who you talking about.
Yeah, because he came before. Dang, what's old boy? Whatever it is, he didn't. It was, matter of fact, it was him. But I can't even think of the AD. The AD when your boy was there, Perk. Dang, because he was supposed to be
bald head.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be him. Then he left because he just couldn't handle the pressure from Grambling, and they brought in another outsider, and he was just the Grambling was just over his head, like he was just too deep. Like you had Doug Williams, and you were sitting in the same room with Doug Williams and Coach Bills. Two people that won at Graham, did things at Graham, and both of them came back at Graham, and you think you finna tell them what to do at Graham, and you're nobody? Yeah, he was destined to lose. So they got rid of him. So he was supposed to that man's name was probably brought up like 3 times when I was at Graham.
No, it's like so many ways we missing the mark, bro. Like, for example, we don't have money on recruiting. But I tell you what, you couldn't beat me recruiting in Louisiana. You know why? In the country for that at that rate, period. You know why? Because I would have the best marketing department and send out the best flyers every damn week, mail them out, whatever I got to do, generate or something on email, get the kids email, send it to them, have a great game this week from Coach Fobbs at Grambling with the best graphics. And I can't wait for you to be a Tiger. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
That's now what you talking about. That's for all these old heads at Graham don't want to. They think just because that G, people just gonna want to flock to it. And it's like, come on, man. If I get a letter from Grambling, but Nick Saban is coming to my school, like why go to Graham?
You see, I'm rubbing my head, right?
But see, here's the thing about it.
Nick, I'm rubbing my head, right?
Hey,
that's a battle that I fought on the national political level.
So
I literally told them on Gooner Nationals and everything else, we got that G spirit. These kids don't give a damn about who Rob is and all the other stuff. They don't know who Rob was. Rob passed, and they don't know that.
They don't care about the Bayou Classic. That is,
they don't know about that. So,
that.
like I was trying to get them to understand. And like I put out there on social media when we were talking with Loso, I created a fundraiser and a budget for recruiting in Dallas. If the coaches can't come, send us. You know what I'm saying? We'll guarantee the kid come to Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So the problem with these old heads, and I'm in that age group that's supposed to be some of them too, you know, and I told this in our Greek letters and things. Kids all about that flash right now. And if you're not trying to show them the flash of Grambling, the spirit of Grambling in that flash, why we do this. Mm-hmm. When you see the tape, no matter if we are about to lose, you see that fire in the stands from us. You want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? You want to come in and say, you know what? When I score this rock, I want the whole stadium up for me. You need to show them the tapes of when Martez Carter did the flip in the end zone when he scored and the stadium erupted. That type of shit. Go back all those years of all these players, even when Los them there, even when they had the white boy throwing the ball with the best arm and we still scored. Show them that hunger on that field, and you give them the new. They don't want to. These old folks don't want to spend that bread. At some point, you got to spend that bread.
Like listen. One of the dudes when I was there, he was like, if you drive down I-20 and you just look up, you'll see ULM, Tech, Northwestern. You even see a sign about LSU Shreveport. The only time you see a sign about Grambling is when you pull off in the truck stop and you look up on the wall and it's a Grambling sticker.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, I would get the band. We supposed to be the world fame, right? Man, when I get them kids on campus, man, when they walk down that hill, man, I had a band lined up on both sides. They'll walk through there. You know what I'm saying? It's so many ways, man. You gotta be innovative, man. You gotta have like I say, the best computer graphic department. You can use the one on campus. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many things, and you gotta have somebody who's in charge of recruiting to say, this is what we gonna market to people. We know we're not gonna get the ones LSU won't, because they're gonna throw the money out there. They're gonna pay for what? They're gonna pay for play. Okay.
All day, every day.
But so we're gonna have to be creative in recruiting these kids. For example, like you said in Dallas. Everybody they recruiting in Dallas, Grambling alumni, DFW, Dallas, whatever chapter is called, they need to know everybody they recruiting in Dallas.
We got 3 chapters.
See what I'm saying? So they need to know all the kids. You understand what I'm saying? They need to know all the kids. For one, they need to know, guess what? If I'm at home and I go to Grambling, if I'm at home and I need a job into something, guess what? I can call such and such Keenan. Hey, he with Grambling alumni, Guna in Dallas. So guess what? He worked for, say you work for Raytheon or anybody. Oh, you need a summer job? I got you. You see what I'm saying? Guess what? Oh, you need some gas to go back to school on the weekend? Okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. To build relationships. Because guess what? What's going to happen when they graduate from Grambling? They're going to want to give like y'all was giving. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a chain reaction, man.
It is a chain reaction. And we told them that too. I told them, and this political side, I said, if you want to bring the fire out of everyone in the whole grand scheme of things, the alumni convention needs to be during homecoming.
Hell yeah.
Because if you do the alumni convention during homecoming, that is the one weekend that everybody named mama is fired up about giving the Grambling.
Right, true. Right.
And that's that one. All the political shit that you say you want to keep in the summer, and you not flow. You might not be in these groups. I done got cussed out about it. Well, we coming to kick it. Why you? We still gonna kick it. I said, here's the thing where Grambling screws up at, and I'm a promoter. Grambling homecoming last year, and I told them this, and they mad at me for saying it. If you had an Adidas party and all the Adidas sponsors was right there, you should have did a gala Saturday night with all the old folks, had all your sponsors. You had the governor coming up to Grambling like crazy last year. Have him at that gala. It's an $85 to $100 ticket. All the former players coming in there, paying that, and they saying, look. And these new players, when the boys get out and they come in and say, this is, when you get out, this is Grambling. The whole state said, this is Grambling. Not that we can party Friday night. We can do the parade and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? The midnight. But that Saturday night after the game, bruh, you make them politicians see why they need to do this to Grambling. So we can have a billboard on 20 like the rest of the schools. You know what I'm saying? But these folks are too selfish in their own realm. The reason that I made the decision not to throw parties at Grambling no more, because I was like, you know what? I don't want to hear their mouth talking about we coming out here taking money. And all we did was made money and gave it to the alumni chapter out here. So they could do what they need to do in Dallas. They didn't know that, but that's what we was doing. We funded it out here. But you got all these folks about want that fame. Man, look, bro, I'm an alum. My fame came July 11th, 1997, when I walked across that stage.
Right.
I put that fucking hat on. That fame came in and everything. Folks don't have that. People have that cliquish mentality. I didn't pledge at Grambling. I pledged alumni. I tell them in a minute. But I walk that campus like it's mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's mine. I'm from Lucky, south of Arcadia. That whole area, mine. So I feel what Lo said. Man, I am Grambling. I grew up there. I don't know if he was a lab specimen or he was a Ruston High student, what we call.
I was a lab specialist, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be from ground to know what that means too.
You know what I'm saying? So, I went to Saline High. Coach Lyons at Grambling High wouldn't play us.
Yeah, y'all, we beat the hell out y'all.
Y'all wouldn't play us.
Well,
y'all know y'all wouldn't play us. Y'all had Gerald Hunter cut out. Y'all wouldn't play us. Y'all knew. Y'all knew coming out from the woods what was going to happen. But that was the fire. That was the fire that was going on at that time frame. When you get to Grambling, that's the same fire, bro. Them cats carrying it. We need people like you, Florida, Perk, all you guys. Real talk. I'm not going to give the Guna spiel, but I'm going to give the Guna spiel. Y'all need to come in Guna and take over. The younger generation need to come in Guna and take over. And when you take over, You put somebody in charge that carries that flame that y'all carry. And then you tell the next generation, if you can't carry that flame, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because we brag when on social media in Dallas, they cannot stand when Grambling PV comes because they know we feel this bitch because we just cocky like that. They see us everywhere. I throw a party, they see us everywhere. Y'all like roaches. They say Southern like that in Houston and Grambling like that in Dallas. That's where it's got to be. But we need those who graduated that are 25 to 35 come in and grab that flame and tell those folks that's 55 and up, hey, look, y'all teach us about the history, but let us carry on the new tradition. If not, it's not gonna change, bro. It's not gonna change.
Well, Keenan, Los, I'm looking at the time.
Man, I gotta get up at 4 in the morning.
I know, but we could probably get like another 2 hours in because I'm really intrigued because I don't know too many outside of like Perk and people. I don't know too many people from that era. So to actually meet you brothers is a privilege and honor. And I can't wait to meet y'all personally once this COVID stuff get away.
I'll be on the yard October 16th weekend, Thursday night, right there on the square with a box of Southern Classic chicken, walking around with a wing. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. So Keenan, Los, appreciate y'all getting on the Cal podcast. Like I always tell people, we're gonna do better. We're gonna get better. This episode, if you wonder why Quita wasn't on, because she got a lot of stuff going on, and plus she probably wouldn't fit in the conversation anyways.
We'd have ragged on her. That's all right.
Yeah, because she graduated from UAP Upward Bound Learning Program, whatever. So whatever.
Yeah.
Los, that's another story for another day. She went down there to UPABB for a summer session. Mama said, nah, we sending her to University of Christian in Arkansas, Central Arkansas, whatever. But so that's Perk. I'm Florida. Quita couldn't be here. We want to thank y'all for getting on the Cal podcast, and y'all have a good night.
Hey, man,
G14 classified. That's good.
DJ Star.
Hello, world. HSCAT, you know how we do.